Hi, Mr. Phil. This is Leonard in your 8:30 a.m. class. Do you ever feel ignored? On the contrary, do you like having your views and opinions respected and heard? Do you like to look for new ways to be listened to and taken seriously? Well then, you should listen and learn more about how to participate and why you should always participate in elections. While you may be thinking to yourself, this is such an obvious topic and who wouldn't want to participate in any type of election? This is actually a very significant topic because only 61% of the eligible population to vote in America participated in the 2016 presidential election, according to a report published by the Census.gov in 2017. So, out of the average class size at Denison, which is 28 students, that's only about 17 students per class voting in the 2016 election. Personally, I believe that our country and our campus can do better. While there are many reasons to vote, the best motives to vote are that all elections have consequences, you can ignite change with your vote, it is the easiest time to become an informed voter, and lastly, because the earlier you begin voting, the better. The fact that all elections have consequences should always motivate you to vote. According to the League of Women Voters of Dallas in 2020, voting impacts issues such as public schools, public transportation, workers' rights, and gun control, as well as a variety of other issues on a very broad spectrum. Also, voting can impact the lives of you and the people you care about right now and further down the line in the future. For example, many Denison students work jobs both on campus and down the hill in town in Granville. And if you think to yourself sometimes, oh, I don't really like the way I'm being treated at my job, or I think I deserve to be paid more, voting in your local elections can improve workers' rights, as well as improving minimum wages across state and in Licking County. As well as in the future, if you begin to work in Columbus or another large city like New York or Boston or Los Angeles, there's a great chance that you might use public transportation, like buses or trains or subways, and if you're not happy with the quality of these forms of public transportation, you can use your vote to ignite change and start getting better public transportation. While all elections have consequences, it is always important to use your vote to ignite change. According to Altamed.com in 2018, voting gives you an opportunity to support politicians, activities, and other policies which can improve community, state, and national well-being. By using your vote, you can bring about change in human rights, healthcare, gun control, and other important policies. And you may currently be thinking to yourself, oh, well, not every election or politician speaks to me, or maybe I just don't want to vote. It's important to reach out to friends, to family, and even professors to learn about their motivations for voting and learn about what views and activities are important to them, and that could also motivate you to go out and vote in the polls. Another reason for why you should always vote is that it is now easier than ever to become an informed voter. In this day and age, Americans rely on technology and various apps for information and news updates. Similarly, our own president, Donald Trump, uses Twitter for his own updates to America and their citizens. To this same degree, a report in 2020 by the American Democracy Project shows how technology and the internet, as well as apps like Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as platforms like Reddit, have made it the easiest time period ever to become an informed voter. By paying attention to news updates on these technology and apps, you can easily be prepared for upcoming elections. So yes, while there's an election coming up in November of 2020 for the presidency, you have lots of time to become an informed voter. But still, by using these platforms, apps, and other types of technology, you can become an informed voter for a state or a local type of election, which could be taking place in a few days or even a few weeks. Lastly, another reason to always vote is that the earlier you begin voting, the better. According to a report published in 2017 by The Economist, the earlier you start voting, you can actually lead to a repeated tendency of voting in elections. Likewise, if you vote in consecutive elections, you are statistically more likely to become a lifelong voter. For this matter, and for the idea of raising voter participation in a variety of other countries, the US, Britain, and other larger nations have toyed with the idea of lowering their voter registration ages. So while these countries are still in experimentation stages of these types of projects, it's still important to use your voice and practice good voting tendencies, which can help both benefit you and the people you care about today and in the future. Of the numerous and significant motives to start voting in all elections, it is important to vote because all elections have consequences. Your vote can always spark change. It is very easy to become an informed voter in this day and age. And lastly, because the earlier you start voting, the better. It's also important to vote because you fulfill your civic duty and because you uphold democracy and the standards which our country was built on. Also, you get the nice little sticker. So the next time you feel like your views or opinions aren't being listened to, or you may just be ignored, you can always reach out to a local politician or senator, and always make sure that you and your friends get out to the polls and vote. Thank you.